Alrighty then. Goldie, to the main stage. Oh, whoops.
Did you change the game category?
Actually, I kind of skipped a step there. Apologies. No, close that. Goldie, let's chat.
Of course.
God, it's been too long. It has been a minute, though. Let me actually turn you down just a smidge. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome. My name is Aiden Rixiage. This is the Golden Persimmon. I'm your cursed portrait VTuber, ex-Monster Hunter. And today we're going to be playing some Neko Barista. Or at least finishing it out. A while back, like a week ago, I started the final pour. Today we finish it. But I hope everyone's been doing well since then. Let's see, it's Wednesday, so that's always a good thing. Halfway through the week, just coast into the weekend. Hopefully, nothing too crazy is going on in these next few days for y'all. Although I do suppose I have a smidgen of news, some very fun news. I think I'm gonna wait until the end of the stream though to actually announce it, just to whet your appetites a little bit. You know, try to keep some of you around for this exciting tidbit of information. But yeah, if you've been following Twitter, you may or may not have seen a mention about the event. Akram! Hi. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It has been a while. Let's see. Not too much crazy stuff has happened to me in the last few days. I've been playing a bunch of Minecraft. Amazing entrance, am I right? Purely one of a kind, indeed. I could not have known it was you, if not for the screaming. It does remind me. Might get an Academy Award. You might! Depending. I know. The judges can be pretty harsh, though. And, you know, depending on certain things, the Academy, full of a bunch of old fogies, kind of stuck to their ways. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the Academy Awards. Oh, can you give another performance? Yeah, Akram, we might need something to compare it to. You know, make sure you're consistent. Yeah, but mostly just been playing Minecraft. Let's see, did I challenge you to best entrance on Val's next stream? As in, like, when I'm actually speaking, or in text form? Because that would vastly change what I do, per se, as an entrance, I think. Text form? Okay. Sometimes I feel like I want to play Minecraft, then I realize I'm playing by myself. Aw. Well, I might be able to, get you onto Hazel server. 'Cause I know, you and her know each other fairly well, I would think. And if you'd be willing to play with us, it's a modded server. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I was invited on the Discord for Crab Games. Oh yeah, that's right. You were in there with us. But yeah, if you do want to join us in there, yes, Hazily Hazily has a friend server for Minecraft specifically. Just keep it close. You know, doesn't want to get too crazy with it, but it is fairly active, which is nice. Ah, yes, Hazily. Yes, I know. I'm have such a way with words. God, this is what I get for streaming basically right after I wake up. I really need to have my energy drink before I start, and not while I am going. I'm running out. I'm gonna need to order some today, so they get here by tomorrow. But yes. Speaking of entrances, those of you who've been with me for a little while, since I switched over to mix it up, you may have noticed. Zayden, are we friends? I would think so. You're a pretty cool guy. Always a pleasure having you around. Getting to chat in the Discord. Good times, good time. I would think so. I'll take that as a yes. Yes. To definitively put it to rest, yes. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Some of you may have noticed a few certain individuals, whenever they enter the chat for the first time, a special notification plays. Custom made, custom tailored to that individual specifically, and I was thinking I'd actually make that as a redeem at some point. That'd be pretty cool. It would be a fairly expensive one. Mind you, because it is, you know, the long time viewer thing. But I think starting out it wouldn't be too terribly bad, because, you know, I've only had channel points for so long. It's been a couple months at this point. Oh shoot, yeah, when did I get affiliate? I think it was yes, August the 28th. Hold on, I'm going back to my calendar. No, August 27th. August 27th was when I officially got the letter. So, August, September, October, no. Okay, wow, I've actually been an affiliate for quite a few months. Not bad. Zayden is valiant when acting. Thank you. You know, don't know what to say. I didn't think you know. No one's ever complimented me on my acting before, so thank you. And I'm not. Wow. Man, no problem. Oh, you. Oh, you. I do appreciate you guys for being here. After so long. Because it's been so long. The last have had this stream. Or a stream. When was the last time I streamed? I think it was last Wednesday. I think it's been like a week. And that long one. It was a long one though, to be fair. I think I streamed for like 8 hours and I went right up until I had to go to work. Just playing Minecraft day in and day out. Since then, I went into hermit mode, as it were. So I don't know. I guess aside from that one crab game thing that we did. And then the occasional, just kind of chatting in the other server. But watch the new Arcane animated series, or at least what was out of it, the first few episodes. The League of Legends anime, if you're unfamiliar. Pretty flippin' good. And not gonna lie, even if you're not really a fan of League of Legends as a game, I would recommend the anime, because it's pretty fucking good. Very well animated, very compelling story, very emotional, and it does not pull its punches. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I don't want to spoil it too much, because I mean it just came out like not too long ago, and it's actually currently come out. They're doing an interesting thing where they're only releasing like the first few episodes, and then they're waiting a week or so, and then they're releasing another few episodes. I kind of like that, but at the same time I also kind of hate that. Because I really want to know what happens. I want to see more of it. I think the next set is coming out on Friday. I think it does Fridays. It releases like 2 or 3 episodes. Because right now the first 3 are out. And I believe it said that the next few would be coming out on Friday, the 12th. That's probably what we'll be doing on Friday at some point. Maybe in the evening or something, or maybe Saturday. I don't know. Oh no, that's right. Also, we wrapped up our anime nights, or at least the current anime that we were watching recently on Monday. I decided just to get those last few episodes out there. We can start something new, something else exciting and fun. I was talking to Hazard, who was with me, and Akram, you were there for a brief moment. I don't think I think you had to leave before we really got discussing it because, well, we finished. But I was thinking the next anime that I would be showcasing on the mixtape for anime nights would be Violet Evergarden. Because the movie came out recently, and I think that would be a pretty good watch. Go through the series, watch the 2 OVAs, and then watch the movie. Yeah, Violet Evergarden. It's a more chill anime than Katana Gatari. But at the same time, much more emotional. It's on my gonna watch list. Nice. Well, we're gonna watch it. It's not gonna be this Friday, it's gonna be next Friday. I'm taking, this week to, I don't know, just as a breathing room. Also kind of reset since I did do it sort of out of order early this week. So next Friday, I'll be sure to make a post about it on Twitter and in the mixtape, so y'all know well in advance when and where and how and who and why. But yeah, so that's, aside from the other announcement that I'm saving until later because it's kind of a big deal. That's kind of it for now. That's what I've been up to. Nothing too crazy as usual. I'm a fairly uninteresting as far as what I do in my day to day. I just play games. And watch anime. But Necrobarista has actually been really good. I'm really loving the characters. So without further ado, let's finish out Necrobarista. Finish out the story with Samantha. One of my favorite characters, even though we only had a few moments with her in the original or in the main storyline. This whole patch is basically dedicated to her. So fuck yes. Goldie, to the main stage.
Right away, sir.
Did
you change the game category?
No, Goldie, I had not yet, but thank you. I read the tips thing, Kips, because of the font. Oh. Wait, really? Is the font that bad? Damn it. I've been meaning to update those. I keep forgetting, though. That's been on my list of things to do. I've also been meaning to switch over to Goldie as MVP. Hey, Valentine. Oh, no, you're right. I did use kind of a funky font. I could totally see that. Goldie is pretty MVP. Where would I be without Goldie? Oh, right. I need to change the game category. Barista. No, what? Just Necrobarista? No. Necrobarista. The final pour, in fact. There we go. Okay. That's that. Open this. Turn you down. Turn you up. Ah, look how seamless that was. Ah, I love this thing. This PC panel. Val, thank you for recommending it to me. Thank you for showing it to me. It is truly a godsend. And, I'm doing well. Yes, PC panel is quite amazing. You already know the big big news because I've already kind of talked to you about it. But got some big news later in the stream. Yeah, wink, wink. It'll be towards the end. But for now, we're gonna finish up Necrobarista. I'm kind of nervous. I didn't really think about it before, but when I saved initially, I have no idea how close I was to being done. I could be like 10 minutes away from finishing up the story. I don't know. Hopefully that's not the case. If not, we'll have to switch over to something else. But I think if I just hit continue because I saved. See my friend anime drop kick gifts to get their butt to school. Nice. Big news. Yes, yes, it's good news. Good news, everyone. So I look forward to it. But for now, Necrobarista. For those of you who may not have seen the previous stream about Necrobarista, I guess as a quick catch up slash overhead on what Necrobarista actually is. So really quick, we're just gonna stay here sitting at this table because it won't do anything until I say so. Let me get the mouse out of there. So Necrobarista is a game that takes place in a small cafe in Melbourne, Australia. It is a cafe that serves both the living and the recently departed. That being said, the recently departed have 24 hours in the cafe to sort out any final thoughts, final affairs that they may have. While on kind of the interim plane of his existence before going to beyond. And the story follows the barista and the owner of said cafe, among their friends, on things revolving around death. It's an interesting story overall, and there's a lot of kind of side stories that you can unlock by making certain choices in the main game that unlock kind of other little interesting encounters that the crew of the cafe have had with other customers, quote unquote, both living and dead. And this particular story, this particular DLC that just came out, for free, mind you, is about a character named Samantha, who apparently was a waitress for a Yakuza club. And her boss just walked into the door. Is Big News a brand new model? Akram, how could you ever say such a thing? You would think I could afford it. Don't spoil things for me, man. Come on. No. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. How dare he? How dare he indeed? Making guesses and the like. Just wait until the end, and you'll find out. But yeah, we're basically learning about. Is this a battle you wish? Hey, if you would like to battle to the death, wait until after we're done talking about death. Haven't lost a battle in centuries. That's centuries, you say? It's quite the long time. Are you necromancer? Are you a spirit of some sort? Oh, young. That's true. Val is a demon. He could be millennia old, for all we know. It's my understanding is demons live for basically ever. Depending on circumstances. So, let us rejoin Samantha and her former boss. This cafe is really interesting sounding though, Zayden. Tell us more. It's got a colorful cast of characters, you know, all with ranging personalities. It's a fun visual novel, as you'll soon see. It's actually where. Hold on. Oh, bookmarks. Let me load the bookmark. That's what I should have done. Yes. Here we go. Okay, this looks like more where we were. Demon Slayer, insert sparks, more, insert sparkles. Oh, this was where I was at. Okay. I thought I was a little before this, but oh well. You need to find a way to clear the ranks. Burn it all to the ground. Start from scratch. Oh, wait. That's right. So, Samantha... That's right. In the previous stream, Samantha was talking to her significant other at the time about how he wants to break free from the Yakuza. Valentine resubscribing. Oh my god, Val. Thank you for resubscribing for another month. Look at that. Search for power. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. God, I'm still not used to. I forgot that. I always forget that I made that my resubscribe thing. I'm surprised it only says 2 months, to be honest. Yeah, that's true. Have you only been subscribed for 2 months? I've had affiliates since. Wait, was that September or was that August? I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back through my email and check because I did save it. You know, for clerical purposes. But that's right. So this is where we are in the story. We are reminiscing. Feels longer for sure though. Yeah, it definitely does. It's funny how that happens. Yeah, Samantha and I can't remember what his name was. I'm sure we'll see it again soon. But her significant other, they're talking about trying to break away from the Yakuza and that group. Not an easy thing, from my understanding. As you know, the Yakuza are very, very known for, you know, family. Basically committing your entire life to the group or what have you. Oh god, I need to remember. I think I gave her a southern accent. Better yet, burn it all down to the ground. Leave it smoldering. I wish I could. And yet, there is something deep in me that would hate to see it so. I know how much you hate Nakamoto. But you see, I don't. Even if I want to hate him, I cannot. The kind of loyalty that is built up over many years, it does not go away. Simply because you wish it to. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. I guess depending on how long you've been with them, there is that kind of emotional aspect, because they do take care of you. I mean, as long as you stay in line and all that, but it's he was talking kind of in the previous stream about how they basically condition you to be dependent on the family, which is why it's so difficult to break away. And I don't know if that is like 100, because I don't follow, you know, the Yakuza in any capacity or their methods. But one would think that the developers over at oh shoot, I actually don't know the names of the developers who made this game. But the developers of the game, I'm sure would do their research in such things. Hey, Cordy. Welcome to the stream. We're back in Necrobarista. Trying to break away from the Yakuza. But, that is the insidious thing about the organization. Oh, yes, I was just saying that. It changes you, even if you realize what it is you're doing. Even as you hate it. For me to say that I hate Nakamoto would be the same as saying that I hate what I've become. And that is not something I'd say easily, even though it may be true. Ooh. And I was saying before, one of the things I love about this series is, despite it being 3D, they use movement very sparsely. But for very, very good moments. Just like that. God, that came out of nowhere, and ooh, that hit. That hit. You're not like Nakamoto. I wish what you say was true. Oh, Kyoshi. That's what his name was. His name was Kyoshi. Okay, so Samantha and Kyoshi. They were dating in secret, quote unquote, secret. But Nakamoto, being kind of the keen crime boss that he was, definitely knew. Definitely knew. You're right. Kyoshi hated you. Did he tell you that? Samantha didn't bother to answer Nakamoto's question. She hated rhetorical questions with a passion. Several moments of silence later, she noticed Nakamoto fidgeting. Nakamoto was a man who carried himself with an undue amount of pomp, and it was not easy to make a man that straight-laced fidget. That's right, we were learning quite a bit of Nakamoto. He was the very... what was it? Nose to the grindstone. What do you call it? Very well together. Like, he wasn't one to crack under stress, break under pressure, that kind of thing. He's always very, very proper. He took a certain amount of pleasure from his visible discomfort. It's definitely... The thought occurred to her that the way she tried to get a certain reaction from Nakamoto was not so different from his habit of dominating conversations. But she justified this to herself easily. The worst thing about Nakamoto was that he was a poor steward of power. Oh. He diminished the power of others because he enjoyed taking it for himself, and he correctly perceived it as being zero-sum. Samantha didn't crave power, but she very much enjoyed seeing Nakamoto being brought down a few notches, even if only for a moment. Of course... Oh, of course, he told you all the ways he despised me in the old ways. That is how every passionate relationship begins, is it not? The strongest bonds are built not out of mutual respect, but out of shared hatred for something or someone. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I don't believe that at all. Sure, bonds can be formed that way, but I feel like that's not the kind of strength that you would want. Not at all. So of course he would pick me as the object of ire to win you over. Yoshi was a very shrewd man. He always had a talent for getting exactly what he wanted. You don't know the first thing about what kind of a man Kyoshi was. He's far more dangerous than he looks. Oh, TV screen. Aw. Don't carry a gun. Too dangerous. Not when you know how to use one? I don't mean dangerous to safety. Dangerous to get caught with. Guaranteed jail time on conviction. And yet, Somehow, all your friends seem to deal with it. Colleagues, not friends. So how come they bear the risk getting caught with a firearm and you don't? I need to stay clean. The clan has many properties in my name. If I were caught carrying a firearm, it would defeat the purpose. I didn't realize you had ownership stake in the clan. Technically I do, but do you think that actually see any of the money that passes through my establishments? They use my name, but I have no power. Have you ever tried to leave? Yes, now you understand why things are so complicated. Even if I leave, I will still carry the taint of association. There's no avoiding it. Why you? Why not do it under someone else's name? I may have lied to you before. I told you I don't carry a gun because there are many properties under my name. They need someone who looked squeaky clean. Squeaky clean? Someone with a spotless record. Perfect. Free of imperfections. That's me, Mr. Spotless. Though I don't think anyone in the clan could describe me that way. I'm actually very far from perfect. I'm just the man that they needed. I think you're what I needed too. What does that mean? Oh. You may not be perfect, but you're what I'm looking for right now. You don't want to be tied up with me. I can't endure these circumstances. How could I expect you to do the same? Hints of how good the acting is. Oh, Akram. Thank you. I try. You need to escape. It's too late for me, but not for you. It's not too late. Nowhere to turn to. I've been thinking of going to the police. Kyoshi looked at her with pained eyes, unable to say anything more. Finally, Samantha spoke up. Are you going to? No deal. They would not be able to make a deal without me agreeing to testifying against him. That is something I cannot do. Not without fearing for my own life. No matter where Nakamoto is, he will find me. Even dead, his ghost would haunt me. My only option is to disappear. My own crimes are far too great to be forgiven, even if I do betray Nakamoto. That is the other kind of dicey thing, is when the Yakuza have you, they kind of have you. They find these ways to keep you tied, one way or another. And besides, I cannot trust the police. If there is even one corrupt officer who allows my name to escape, Nakamoto has one principle alone. Dead man can't talk. There are always more options. You're right. I could inform the police anonymously. Send them to where they can confront one of Nakamoto's deals directly. I know when he is having one of his business meetings, but it won't be pretty. You're the only person I can tell this to. Because when the police finally catch up with him, people will die. I don't want you anywhere near there when it happens. Can you promise me this? Yoshi, I need you to tell me something. I can't go to the police. Tell me why I shouldn't. You'll ruin everything. This life is already ruined. The best I can hope for now is a chance of atonement. This may not make things better, but I cannot think of how they would become any worse with me continue to serve under that. Please, Kiyoshi. I have a plan to subvert Nakamoto. All the more reason for me to go to the police. I cannot allow you to be the one to run into harm's way. You don't understand. This will work. I think you're the first one to think about taking Nakamoto down. People much stronger than you, people much more well-connected than you, have tried before. How could you possibly succeed? They failed. Okay. Here we go. Yoshi, you were right. I'm not like the others. There's something very different about me. Tell me. If you believe you know Kiyoshi better than I do, you are welcome to think you. Though I don't see how that could possibly be the case. I have spent more than a decade with the man. He was never a servant to me. Not even close. The boss must hold respect of his men. It is a powerful bond. Nakamoto sounded frustrated, but his voice grew increasingly soft. Do you believe your months-long fling with him really meant more than that? Do you really have the ability to look into a man's eyes, to peer into his soul, and sense his true desires and motivations? You are truly a fool if you believe this. Samantha found herself taken aback by Nakamoto's aggressive speech. For a moment, she thought that perhaps Nakamoto was right. Oh. Hold on, chat. I completely forgot something. Oh, wait, do I not have a... Hold on. I don't think I have a hotkey for this anymore, which... Wait, no, I do. I do have a hotkey for this. Hold on. This is going to be better. Where is said hotkey, though? That is the true question. There it is. And, There we go. We're telling a story. I go chibi mode. That was the deal. It's been a while. I apologize. But hello. Oh, I should probably turn off my chibi redeem real quick as well. I love this music though. Chibi Zayden, we're just gonna do that. Okay. Boom. Got it. Good. Great. Let's go. Sorry for the minor interruption. Where was I? That Nakamoto was right. She didn't have the soul read on him. But as the moment passed, she...
Is that a toupee you're wearing, or did your cat die?
Kaiba! Thanks for the host. Hello, and welcome to the Golden Persimmon. Always good to have you. And I appreciate the hosts. I really do. Thank you for joining me for the end of this chapter in Necrobarista. She came to an infuriating realization. Nakamoto pitied her. Do not underestimate me. And she felt the words leaving her lips. She found herself instantly regretting it. There was no faster way to lose respect than to demand it, like a petulant child. She appeared weak and desperate. Traits she saw mirrored in the man sitting across from her. Nakamoto wanted only to toy with her. She needed to punch to throw him off guard, something unexpected. She needed to tell the truth. I hate you. It does not surprise me to hear you feel that way. It does, however, surprise me to hear you say it out loud. I don't think you understand the extent of it. I detest you. Not for what you did to me, but what you did to everyone who worked under me. If you hate me so much, why don't you just kill me? You're already dead. Is that baby Zayden? No, this is Chibi Zayden. Scuffed Chibi Zayden. But I have a monocle. Ah. This is for when I read stories. Or visual novels. This is what I like to use. Or scary games. Because I can do this. Okay. Yes. I mean, we could say this is Baby Zayden, I suppose. Baba Zayden. I never understood. Oh, you never understood, but I did. Oh, whoops. My one complaint about this game is sometimes it's kind of difficult to tell who's actually talking, especially when they're close together like this. I apologize. You never understood, but I did. Every single word you spoke, every single one of your business meetings. I wasn't the dumb little American girl you thought I was. 69%, Pog. What's 69%? Oh, you're right. My chip goal. I'm 69% ready, there to my chip goal. That is what that is, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. I have in my possession the one chip challenge chip. And if I can get to 75 subs, I will consume said chip on stream. Don't know when, don't know where. But in the future, whenever that happens. Redeemed. Ooh. Yeah. Yada yada. All right. All right. Wouldn't that chip be stale? No, because it is covered in incredibly spicy things and basically shrink wrapped. Yada yada. Yeah. Yada yada. Thank you for the yada yada. Okay. Yeah, don't worry. It's not so much the chip anyway that I'm worried about as far as flavor goes, because assuredly it will be overpowered by the incredibly massive amount of spice. TB's hated it with that deep voice. I know, quite the contrast, isn't it? Not something that you would expect, no? Yes, hello, chat. Let me speak sweet nothings into your ears. Part of me always thought that a girl like you seemed too sophisticated to be a simple drink server. So, who are you reporting to? The police? Give yourself more credit. It's not just the cops who've got their eyes on you. And give me some more credit. I'm no mere informant. So, what are you? CIA. She was... Oh my gosh, she was part of the CIA. What? Mind blown. Hell yeah. Part of a 2-year investigation. So, you were out to get me from the start, were you? Are you happy that you finally brought me down? Happy that you put me in a body bag? It was a job. I did my duty. I'm sure that, as a career criminal, you can relate. Brah, that's huge! What? I had no idea. No clue. Hell yeah, though. That's hot. I love Samantha. Fuck yeah. Oh, mouse, get out of here. Sometimes you do the thing that has to be done. Oh, you don't always get to do the thing you want to. Sometimes you do the thing that has to be done. So everything went according to your plan. Not all according to plan. The part where bullets started flying and I ended up here, that definitely wasn't part of the plan. Yeah, you never really plan for death, do you? Death never really is something you plan for. You may be able to accept it, you may be able to embrace it when it does happen, but it's not something that is planned. It just kind of happens. I expected that you'd turn, try to end things peacefully. But I guess things went wrong for both of us. And here we are, doomed to enjoy the same fate. Ooh. Ooh, did not like that. Ugh. Well, since you've been so generous in sharing your secret with me, I suppose I should respond in kind. Mantha. Ooh, do not like that. I'm not Nakamoto. Samantha sat stunned. She had, on occasion, considered the possibility that Nakamoto might merely be a figurehead. That she might just be the middle manager in a larger organization. But all the important meetings had always taken place at Pub Holic. She hadn't been party to every discussion or meeting, but she knew it was the place where decisions were made. If the man sitting in front of her wasn't the true boss, then it must have been someone else in that room. Fuck! I'm his henchman. I exist solely for the purpose. For one purpose. For the day that someone tries to kill Nakamoto, or worse. They will get me instead. I assure you that the real boss is safe and sound by now. He's probably on a boat out of the country as we speak. She knew that the real ringleader must have been one of the men who sat in the meetings at Pub Holic. Every face she had recognized had been there the day of the CIA crackdown. It had been scheduled during a meeting. Even if Nakamoto wasn't the true ringleader, the ringleader by now had been arrested, if not one of the men shot to death. All of your men were there when the police showed up. None could have escaped arrest, or worse. There was one who was absent. Nakamoto, sorry, I guess I shouldn't call you that. Do you have a real name? I suppose there is no harm in discussing it now. My name is... Fuck! It's Kiyoshi. You... No. No, surely not. Yes, I stepped into Nakamoto's shoes, and in turn, he stepped into mine. A simple switcheroo. How embarrassing for you. So that means the real Nakamoto. For me to say that I hate Nakamoto would be the same thing as saying I hate what I've become. The real Nakamoto. Yes, your lover boy was the real big villain you hoped to take down. Samantha reeled. Physical fatigue, anxiety, panic. These were things she had learned to stave off long ago. Nakamoto wasn't sharp enough to realize just how rare it was for Samantha to find herself dizzying like this. But he did not know that he had gotten a reaction out of her. You know, you're probably dead right now because of him. I bet the kid at the bar pulled the gun because the real Nakamoto told him. You may be right. Perhaps he left me to die. But then, that is my job, as a decoy. To be ready to die when the boss requires it. In fact, he warned me it might be happening. Spoke with him before. He told me you gave him immunity. Mr. Big Bad, never to see trial. That's not how it works. He can still be charged. But who will charge him? Why would they charge a small fry like Kiyoshi? As far as everyone is concerned, the big boss is dead. Most of the potential witnesses, too, I imagine. One of Nakamoto's greatest strengths was his ability to protect a veneer of stoicism. He was always the sort of man that expressed his power subtly, never flexing, always taking pride and never raising his voice. But in this moment, he was reveling. He had nothing to gain and nothing to hide. And he was clearly enjoying watching Samantha squirm. She saw no reason to continue obliging him. That's right, girl. Walk away. Walk away from this horrible man. God, I love this game. I love this game so much. The contrast in colors here is fantastic. Samantha didn't bother to look behind her to see if he was following. He desperately wanted to continue enjoying his victory, and Samantha wasn't turning around to give it to him. By calling out to her, it was practically an admission of defeat on his part. He needed her to see that he was victorious in order to enjoy the moment. A small petty man obsessed with status, so obsessed that in pursuit of it, he had given up the only remaining standing he had left. And so, Samantha couldn't resist succumbing to the same temptation. No, girl, don't give in. You're stronger than that. You have lost everything. The one who thought you could be trusted betrayed you. No one will be around to avenge the betrayal. No one outside this place will ever know of it. I know of one person who will. Oh? Kiyoshi. Did I ever say I was dead? Bum, bum. Oh, she's not really dead. Oh, hell yeah, that's even better. Thanks for the tip about Nakamoto. I'm sure he'll never believe how I found out about his true identity. What was it he said to me? The dead can't talk? Maybe he needs to rethink that. She started to turn around, but the one thing that stopped her was the look in his eye. The look of someone who was finally unhinged and realized he truly had nothing left to lose, not even his own dignity. It was the look of a man who was ready to fight. Samantha had spent 6 months working under the man she knew as Nakamoto, observing him, as he did business with myriad parties. Before she thought she knew what it meant to see him angry in the moments when he flexed his power over his underlings, she thought she knew what a wrathful Nakamoto looked like. Oh boy. This is not going to be good. She realized now that the anger she'd seen from him previously was simply cold, calculated malice. This was rage. He came at her with a flailing, amateurish punch. Oh, she's CIA, you fool. You about to get your ass beat. His arms were no longer than hers, but she trained for this. Oh, Samantha drove her fist into his chest. Oh, I bet that felt good. Against a being of flesh and blood, this would be an instant knockout. But Nakamoto didn't even register the hit. Fuck, that's right, he is dead. Why would he even... Girl, you should have realized. Samantha watched as he lunged downward, his hands reaching towards her throat. Waiting for the last possible moment to kick him away. Samantha heard an unpleasant crunch as his hand bore the weight of the fall. A crunch, but no howl of pain. He was already up, his hand quickly erasing any sign that it had sustained the fall. It was only the inertia of her kick that had forced him back. Once he regained his footing, he came at her again. Samantha couldn't stop Nakamoto in hand-to-hand combat. The cafe's enchantments kept its customers' bodies intact as best it could. But with everything that stood in Samantha's way, she found a workaround. She drew her piece. A petite revolver with a wooden grip. Hot damn! I can run 3 streams at once, but I can run 4 before exploding my Chromebook. Oh boy. Oh, but I can't run. I would assume that you probably... that meant can't. Yeah. That is unfortunate. I know that though. I know that feel. She's got a gun! Her gun's brass construction recalled an era when steel was scarce, and superstition and fear of ghosts was anything but. It was no coincidence then that the black powder weaponry of the 19th century was perfectly built for causing real, tangible harm to wayward spirits. She let out a yell and pushed the weapon into his chest, unloading a shot. By the time the .44 round passed through him, his body was already stitching itself back together. But the black powder from the gun's discharge remained inside him. He howled in pain as his body tried to reconstitute itself around his fatal chest wound. His flesh was in a constant war, trying to warp itself to cover the hole, and flinching away from the sulfur powder that was beginning to seep deeper and deeper into his body. Oh. Nakamoto. No. Kyoshi. Did you think we met here by accident? Did you think I hadn't come prepared? He tumbled to the ground and rolled over on his side, trying to get a leg up. You styled yourself a prince of thieves. He fell to the ground in a slump, raising his one good arm, and reached out to her like an animated corpse trying to take the living with him. But now you'll die like a dog. Goodbye, Kyoshi. Go to hell. Ooh. Get dunked on. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And she uses... Oh. Oh. I love the fact that she uses that kind of old style revolver. Oh. It's great. I love that era of pistol. As unreliable as they were. I don't know. Something about it. It's just... I'm done. You need any materials extracted? Just my .44 caliber. I'm taking a commercial flight out. Why can't you just use standard equipment like the rest of us? Tell me which part of my job description includes the word standard. Abnormal jobs call for abnormal equipment. It would be easier if it didn't have such specific taste in guns. Believe me, nothing about this is about my taste in guns. This thing is a brute of a weapon. Poor construction, nearly impossible to grip. And a recoil shield that's not worth a damn. It's the only gun that makes you feel like your hands are somehow too big and too small at the same time. It bucks like a motherfucker. God damn. I think it was the first, like, major swear. It's got the... It's a simple action, so you have to flip the hammer with every shot. And it was on the wrong side of one of the bloodiest wars in world history. That's true. I think that was one of the primary weapons used by the South in the Civil War. I hate this gun. Kind of ironic that I gave her a southern accent. Now that I think about it. Maybe fitting. I swear I hadn't played this before. It's just a very odd coincidence. So why use it, Agent Samantha? It carries the stink of slave owners and sulfur with everything where it goes. I hate it. Spirits hate it even more. Like oil and water? More like a fatal allergic reaction. If you ever need to bring a walker to its knees, bring a black powder revolver. I think I'll leave that to you. I have some important information about the informant. Yoshi? Yes, but that's not his real name. I would have figured. Do you know where he is? Did someone get to him? What? He somehow vanished off our radar this morning. I was worried someone had taken him out. He disappeared? Yes. Did Nakamoto tell you anything about that? Shit. Hello? No, everything went exactly as planned. Just need to get rid of some dead wood. What is that language? No, I'm working on something new. That sounds like it's backwards. Ooh, I wonder if anybody's deciphered that yet. You smug bastard, how dare you? Rebuilding. Fuck. Oh, Samantha's hard work. Back to the drawing board, I suppose. It is the life of the... It's the never-ending struggle between such organizations. I would imagine. Oh shit, was that the end? We're back at the cafe. I'm hitting enter. Nothing's happening. Oh! Oh, I can move. Yo? What? Teen Transient. Oh, that was the end. Enter studio mode. Oh, bro. Oh, man, that only took me an hour. Fuck. I should have just finished it last stream. Damn, son. Okay. Well, that was the final pour. I know why I'm still talking to Southern accent. But, oh, what a story. I did not expect that at all. Damn, CIA. Shit, son. Okay, well. Doodle mode. Oh, that's right. They added a bunch of stuff to the game as well. They entered studio mode and doodle mode where you can draw on these little guys. Ashley's Journal 1. Oh, they changed. Ooh, they changed how these look. That's cool. What's this over here? Devil's Den. The heck is Devil's Den? Okay. Give me 1 second. I really need to go to the bathroom. I shouldn't have drank that energy drink. Give me like 2 moments. 2 moments. I will be right back. I'll leave you with this super chill music. All right, I'm back. That's actually probably good timing. Hour and 12 minutes in. Hope everyone's doing all right. All right. Devil's Den. I wonder if that's actually what it's called. I want to see what this is. If this is just the story again, then I'm probably going to exit out. But, and I will share my final thoughts on the game as a whole. The game as a whole, the stories, all that jazz. Oh. Wait. Was this how it started? I don't think... Hold on. Okay. We're gonna play this through, and if it's something I recognize, then I know it's otherwise. But I hate this job. Hey, if it's more content, then hell yeah. Kyoshi was angry. Samantha always found it difficult to see him like this. She felt his anger and his pain, as if it were her own. They shared the hurt, a bond exclusive to them. But anger was also a form of passion, and Samantha considered Kyoshi's passion one of his most admirable qualities. You know I hate it here too, but I can't walk away from this job. Neither of us can. You know, the stress is going to kill us one of these days. Okay, whoever made that little symbol white on this, like, cream background, dude, come on. You should know better than that. Stress won't be the thing that kills us. Like, that's, like, impossible to see. I can barely see that. You guys can probably barely see that. I think that's just supposed to be some random person. Don't say that. You're right. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you too. Stay safe. Samantha sat alone, nursing a glass of gin. The terminal had a warm atmosphere, a far cry from the immaculate glitzy pubholic where she'd spent just shy of 6 months as a cocktail waitress. In fact, there was almost nothing in this cafe room. Okay, nope, this is back. Okay, this is the story we just read. Okay, cool. Return to explore the terminal. Yes. Okay. All right. That was the story. That was it. That was the end. I probably should just return to the title menu. Okay, real quick before we do anything else, I think I want to try dual mode and studio mode just to see what those are about. But my thoughts on Samantha's story, The Final Pour. I loved it. It was great. Thrilling stuff. Very unexpected. That fight that broke out in the end, holy shit. Like, most of the altercations that happen in this are verbal. Actually, all of them are, except for that one. That one was the first time I'd ever seen, like, that they'd done it. And the way they did it in such a beautiful way too. As I said before, this being a 3D visual novel, generally speaking, 3D visual novels, they have their characters move, but the movement's jank most of the time because, you know, they don't have enough time to animate everything perfectly. Which is understandable. Making a game takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. So when they do use motion in this one, in Necrobarista, it is very deliberate. It is very purposeful. And I think they fucking nailed it with that fight. Somehow. They didn't need to have it be like some kung fu movie where, you know, people are throwing punches 20 times a second or nothing. But just every movement was dead on, which was fantastic. What a treat for the eyeballs. Man, I want the studio to make more stuff. More visual novels like this. Because I think they really have a talent for it. Such an interesting story, too. All the twists and turns. Samantha being a CIA agent. Kyoshi not actually being Kyoshi, but being Nakamoto, and vice versa. Fucking mind blown. Even if that is like a very, you know, typical sort of scenario. It's just based on what I knew from this character. Fucking never would have guessed. But looking back, I suppose her being super confident when she was telling, quote unquote, Kyoshi, or Nakamoto, the real Nakamoto, that she would take care of it. That I guess could be foreseen as a small hint, as her being, you know, part of a greater organization. That she wasn't just some, you know, cocktail waitress, some American cocktail waitress. Whew, what a ride! Gotta own this game.